morning at all. It's the afternoon. What up, Evan? Kind of assumed that it was going to be you when it said one waiting in the. Okay. Week 4, guys. Big week. I just ate like a whole meal as well, so this will be interesting. Hopefully I'm not hurting my stomach here. Oh. Get some stretches going. Today is pull day, which means anything upper body is in play, which means I need to stretch as much as I possibly can. Get a little bit of forearm in there. Guys, we are 8 subscribers away from 1,000. This is genuinely insane. I want to maybe do a subathon. I don't know how that would work though, because like YouTube doesn't set up subathons, whereas like on other platforms it's ingrained. And then like, I don't know. Oh, hey, my dad's here. Oh, let's get some triceps. Oh. Stretches. Hi, Dad. I've got to get these weighted pull-ups done before my mom comes back and takes the garage space. Ooh. Popped my back. Always warm up good, folks. Because if not, you will hurt. But this week, I get to do ninja again. It's been like a month and some change, like 5 weeks maybe. Yeah, maybe 5 weeks since I've gotten to try any obstacles, really. So I'm very excited to do that. I might stream it. It just depends on what the gym allows and who's with me and blah, blah, blah. So today I am doing pull-based weighted workouts. We are starting with, actually we're starting here with weighted pull-ups. So 4 sets of 6 weighted pull-ups. I don't like that. Let's flip this around. I like the buckle on the right side. I don't know why I do. It's because the chain's down here. My chain hang low. It's a crazy joke and a good reference at the same time. When are you going to work out? Like literally right now. Let me grab my kettlebell. And hey, warm-ups are part of workouts. Warm-ups are arguably the most important part of workouts. Because if you're not warming up, then you're just asking for surgery someday. All right, we got 20 pounds attached to our waist here. Let's get the camera adjusted to where it's right there. Yeah? Yeah. Just about. Okay. 4 sets of 6 weighted pull-ups. 20 pounds of extra weight on me. A little bit of time to rest between each set. 6 pull-ups. Try and keep them as clean as possible. All right. little bit of mental prep and shakeouts before we start. Okay, should be good. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we're back and resting. Shakeouts of the arm just a little bit. How's everybody doing today? I can't read the chat from here, honestly, but I'll check it in. I'll check in on it after. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. Mondays, I'm not going to lie, are mostly exciting for me because of these workouts. Pull-based workouts are definitely my strong suit out of what Enzo's given me for workouts. And I like movement. This is the only time I still feel like a ninja. So it always excites me. Six. That is 2 sets down, 2 to go. Shaking out again. 24 total pull-ups with weights. Unweighted, I do believe I could do all 24 uninterrupted. I was doing some on my fingertips a little while ago, like last week. I did 16 in a row. Felt like I could have maybe gone to 18 or something, but I did 16. If I could do 16 on my fingers without weight, I think 24 with my palms incorporated with no weight is definitely in the cards. But then again, my best is literally 28, so I wouldn't be surprised if I hit 24. Let's start set 3. Don't want to swing. Okay. We got one more set. I stepped on my own foot. Makes it a little harder maneuver. There used to be a spot on this side that I could kind of pinch. And I guess there is one, but it's a lot lower and a lot more awkward. That's why I'm hunched right now. It used to be higher, so I can lean like this. Instead, I got to do like that. Maria. Or no, that's not Maria. That's I'm singing in the rain. We got one more set. 6 pull-ups. Gosh. Here we go. Last one. Yeah, I will say that last one's tough, but we made it through. Weight on the kettlebell, it is 20 pounds extra. Do 100 pull-ups, Paulina. That would absolutely destroy my body for any other workout that is following this. And I would rather not do that. 100 pull-ups sounds like a nightmare. Take off the weight belt. We will need this probably later. But, well, we'll need the belt later. But this little bad boy, we will not be needing it for the rest of the workout. Do 7. No, I have other workouts I need to be doing, Paulina. That's the whole thing, you know? Got to follow the regiment to get buff and stuff. I got to get these muscles going. Next is barbell bent over rows. So let's grab the bar. I really need to start getting here earlier so I can set up the bar earlier, because now I have to put the plates on the bar. On the other hand, I have to I like getting to talk to you guys while I do this. Like, I enjoy mingling with the chat. It's fun, especially because there's always someone new. It doesn't matter if it's your first time or your 100th time in my chat. It's always appreciated having you here. What other workouts do we have? Paulina asks. We got some, well, these are going to be barbell rows. Then we're going to do some single arm dumbbell rows. Then we're doing curls, hammer curls, and we're back on the pull-up bar at the very end for Frenchies. How much can I do of rows? I don't know. I don't ever try and gauge the weight on, like, I don't ever try and give myself a score to beat for weight-based things. Like, I know that you're supposed to do like a max. I don't know what my max is. And then also, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I could technically do like 1,000 if it's just the bar, but it's just the bar, so that means pretty much nothing. We're going to go with the solid 70 pounds. We went from 50 pounds to 70 pounds last week. We're going to keep it at 70 this time around. Maybe a little upgrade to 80 pounds next week. We'll see. This is a transitional week. We're at the halfway point. I will not be doing leg day next week this week, because that's when I'll be at the Ninja Gym. So you'll see that instead. But next week is when this is the halfway point. After this week, I'm going to weigh myself in. I'll officially be halfway done with this 8-week program. And from there, the workouts slightly change and get harder, and they modify and they whatever. So we're going to go out with a bang. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate that. That means we are now 7 away from 1,000, which is huge. This has been a wild journey. I've been doing YouTube for almost 5 years now. So I'm glad to finally get to 1,000. Granted, I started on a different channel. So it's not like, it's more like March of 2022. So yeah, we're almost at 4 years on this channel specifically, but YouTube as a whole, it's been about 5 years. That's 1 set of 10. We're looking for 3 more sets of 10. I hope there's not too many people. I'm going to an open gym in Arizona for Ninja, and I'm hoping that there's not too many people that show up, simply because I would love to be able to take over more of the space, maybe do a course. It would be fun. I mean, if it ends up becoming just me doing challenges and trying to maneuver through people, like, so be it, you know? I'm fine with that, but ideally I would love to run a course so I can see where my conditioning is at, where my course cardio is at, because Ninja cardio be a monster. It be a beast. And it's not easy at all. Okay. Fix the form. Which gym we're going to again? I'm going to Hit Squad. Hit Squad Ninja Gym. Owned by A&W competitor and WNL champion, Brian Rambo. I don't know if I'm going to run into him. I do know one of the coaches. So get this. I went to like a gym for kids like 3 years ago. I made a video about it. It's where I first beat the salmon ladder. And yeah, that was like 3 years ago. There was a coach. She was like a high schooler, but she was good. Well, now she coaches at that gym. So that's kind of crazy. Like I'm in a small world, you know? Is it 100 plus a hard, or is it 0 hard or 6? I don't know what you're asking the rating of. You tell me what you're referring to. I'll gladly give it a score. Your brother plays soccer. He practices. I used to play soccer like a lot. Now I just kind of, if I see a ball, I'll kick it around and I'll juggle a bit, but I haven't played in a long time. It would be something I'd want to do. Good for the endurance, good for the cardio and the stamina. And it's just a really fun game. I think there's a park somewhere down there, not too far from my house, that I would go to a lot. And I think there's some pickup games over there every once in a while, like every week. And there's futsal at another gym down the street, indoor soccer, for those who don't know. I should go to one of the two at least. I do still have my cleats, so that's always a plus. That's 3 sets. Gosh. This is the strongest the shoulders felt in a long time, which is really good. Because of the ninja stuff, it can be very intense on the shoulder. I'm just hoping that it stays that way and we continue to get better. Wow, we're getting ripped. We're getting yoked. No, I'm kidding. I mean, we are gaining. We are building up, but oh, the gym. I mean, every gym is different. I'd say there's probably going to be some difficult stuff up there. It depends on how big of a space you have, and theirs is pretty large from what I heard. I think it's the biggest gym in their state. And then also like what type of talent you have in the gym. Because if you have people that are like beginner, intermediate level, there's no reason to waste space in the gym by setting up something advanced like super duper hard that they're just not ready for yet. So I don't know. There's, difficulty's very subjective in ninja. Last set. Shift the form a little bit. Okay. Roll those out. Okay. Thanks. Dad's in the kitchen shouting not shouting, but he's giving me some advice. The house is small enough to where, or I'm close enough to the house at least to where he doesn't have to shout. What's up, Lucas? Welcome back. I'm going to do some dumbbell rows. I'm going to leverage myself off of the bench here. And we'll grab those dumbbells. I guess I only need, no, I should grab 2 because I'll need both for later in the workout. Okay. Roll one out the way for now. Least favorite Sasuke tournaments, 20, 33. I don't like 19. I don't like 28. And then a bottom 5, 39. I don't like 39 at all. Oh, you guys want to see a ninja obstacle real quick before I do not even a ninja obstacle. It's just like something I would put on my old ninja courses, ninja using air quotes because I didn't have any obstacles. Some people do this as well, but you stand on the dumbbell and then you rotate it and then you shift and then you rotate the next one and you have to like work your way down as best as you can. Like just a slow balance obstacle. It was a fun little grind, honestly. How much do I lift? I lift 3 days a week. Originally, it used to be 0 days a year. But we're changing that. Paulina, I understand you're new, so I'll just give a little recap. I do Ninja Warrior. I am strong, but I could get stronger, especially when it comes to explosiveness. So I'm doing a program by a pro A&W athlete to build muscle so I can gain more power and explosiveness. So when I go back to Ninja, bigger moves are easier and less tiring, and I can practice it more. 33 is just the worst version of 32. Yes. I think the only saving grace about 33 that I prefer over 32 is that I don't like that Yusuke is not in 32. I understand that that's kind of out of his control. Like he had work to do, and it's understandable. But it is a shame, of course, when the reigning champion doesn't get to come back right away for whatever the circumstances. So, yeah. $32 and $29 are not very good either, and $34. And I don't really like 21 or 22 or 26. 21 is the only one I'm willing to say like it's better than I give it credit for, and my biases are why I don't like it. It's the only time I've ever been like, well, this specific result happened and it makes me mad. And it's the way the ring treated Nagano. What happened with the final ring and Nagano on stage 3. That part definitely sours it for me. I would have been upset regardless, because if the obstacle is not working the way it should, and that's what ends the tournament, and that's what, you know, that's how you build up all the climax just for it to end like that. I think that's really anticlimactic and frustrating. And then you add on to the fact that Nagano's my favorite competitor, and I was definitely salty as a kid about it. I still don't think it's good. Like, I still think that it's anticlimactic, but if someone were to argue with me about it, I'm not going to resist it. I'm not going to resist that argument because I know that in my head, it's like the only tournament that I'm biased about hating. The forced All-Stars retirements. Yeah, that one's not very good. I honestly really do enjoy I really do enjoy stage 3 and the reveal of the crazy cliffhanger in Sasuke 28, but I don't really like anything else from that tournament. Yeah, I don't know. The crazy cliffhanger is also my favorite cliffhanger, so that was fun. And Yuji actually performed well, which was good given that he was the reigning champ and he's always been kind of wishy-washy. So it was nice to see Yuji do well. Okay, that's 3 sets We got one more. Take a quick peek at the chat. What's your question, Paulina? Happy to hopefully answer. As long as it's not something like, where do you live or something like that. We got one more set of these rows, and then maybe Paulina's question will load into the chat after that. Okay, well, that's 3 out of 6 workouts complete for today. We start the second half with the one that nearly mentally stumped me last week, curls. I will not be letting it get to my head again. UG stage 1 in 34. Yes, that was a good one. And then Jesse was a good moment. And Yuji getting actually good progress on that cliffhanger vertical limit combo was also pretty good. Do you box or fight? I have very fundamental skills in kickboxing. I would not call myself a fighter or a boxer or anything. But I do know how to throw a punch. I know how to throw some kicks. It's like very beginner level. I'm just going to specify that right now. If I were to fight someone in my weight class with similar experience as me, I would bet on me. If they have more experience than me, I'm cooked. If they don't know how to fight, flip a coin and we'll find out who wins. But yes, I do know how to box a tiny bit. I had a punching bag at my old place. I sold it because I was moving across an ocean. Just wasn't practical to bring it. I'll probably get another one at some point. My brother-in-law is also like really good at MMA pretty much. So he's got some stuff I can mess around with if I ever wanted to. I still have my gloves. They're packed away in a box that's on the way here. So it's not even like in my house yet. But I do have gloves. And I mess with that. I got a lot of respect for fighters. Their training is crazy and everything else. Which clear do you like more, Kane or Shingo in 40? Okay, so different answers. It's so tough. Shingo is my second favorite competitor of all time after Nagano. It was Nagano, Shingo, then Takeda. So seeing Shingo clear as a fan, I was like, yes. I appreciate Kane's clear more because he had never done the course, that specific course. Of all of the obstacles on that stage 1, he had only ever done the rolling hill and the warped wall. And obviously he was training for it hard, but to see him at 48 years old basically come on to a new type of Sasuke, a new style of stage 1 for the first time, and clear it, that was, I think I liked that moment better for that reason. But as a fan, as like the little kid who grew up on Sasuke, Shingo. So yeah, there's your answer. Okay, one set of curls done. Say those are the top 2 stage 1 clears of all time. All time is a tough one. Top 2 stage 1 clears of all time. Eugene 34 is up there. I honestly believe Darvish is in 36. It's not top 3 or anything, but it should be in the conversation for top 10. Because he had spent so much time working for that it felt very deserved. Man, if we're talking first stage, David Campbell, because at the time he broke the record. Kajihara for breaking the record. Caillou in 41. Okay, I can see that. Nagano 27 is a good one. That is a very good one. I'm going to go with Levi in 20. Levi in 20 for sure. Yeah. Can't think of too many other. Like stage 1 specifically is. Stage 1 has always been my least favorite stage. And that's not even to say I dislike it. I dislike modern stage 1 because it barely changes and it runs for way too long. But as a whole, I've always preferred stage 2 and especially stage 3 and of course the final, but stage 3 has always been my favorite. So like stage 1 has always been fun, but I've never been like, wow, this stage 1 run is amazing. Very few have impacted me that way. A lot of breathing. 10 and 10. Gosh. Freaking girls. Nagano 9 or 13. That's fair. Akiyama in 11 is a great pick. Any of Akiyama's stage 1 clears after his Kanzen is pretty solid. Not that there were too many of them, but still. Yoshi in World Cup was good. Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna be completely for real. I think A&W has more impactful stage 1 runs than Sasuke. Period. I think the only ones for impact you could argue were any of the female clears in Sasuke and Shingo and Kane because they're the oldest, and Nakashima and Caillou because they're the youngest. But A&W having the female clears, A&W having kids clear well before Sasuke, or not well before, but a couple years. Like Shunsuke in 40 was surprising, very surprising, and I'm really glad that Kano did clear last year. I totally forgot about that because they really did just gloss over him. But yeah. We got 2 more sets of these curls. 2 more sets of damn curls, guys. Yeah, Kano and 42 really should have been displayed more. But the Shinseidai have become like the middle children of Sasuke. So they're like, well, we got to show the all-stars. They're the oldest. They're the first. They're the OGs. They're the whatever. And, well, we got to show Yusuke and his friends and all that and the current stars because they're the ones that have the best shot at winning. So the Shinseidai kind of just get thrown in the mix and literally treated like middle children in that regard. So it's really unfortunate. All right. Set 3. 9, 10. It really does help to breathe. Oh my gosh. It really helps to breathe. I think one of the coolest buzzers in A&W history is Donovan Matoyer, A&W 13 stage 1. Yeah. I think it's like Donovan's run in 13 was just straight aura. Like bro was aura farming A&W in Vegas. Like that's wild. Yeah, no, there was some really good ones. Jamie Ron going barefoot was fun. Um, David Campbell in 9's a good pick. Very good shout. Yeah. Anytime someone got within like a second and almost timed up but made it anyways, like Adam Rail in 13. A&W 13 had a good stage 1. Yeah, no, Donovan's stage 1 run that season was absolutely insane. What race am I? Half Mexican. I'm a quarter Filipino and I'm a quarter white. We got set number 4, our final set of curls. We made it through curls, guys, or we're about to. Eight. Gosh, that's tough. All right, well, 4 sets of curls done. Now we got hammer curls where they're facing this way, a little bit easier. You look like a Sims character, like a made-up race, so that makes sense. I guess mixed, no, because genuinely mixed people sometimes look like that. Like just when you're mixed and you become ethnically ambiguous. You should wait until I get my tan back. When I get more sun on me and everything, and I get darker, it's tough to tell. I've heard Hawaiian because I mix enough apparently to where I'm of Hawaiian blood. I'm not. I want to make that very clear. As someone from Hawaii, I do not have Hawaiian blood. There is a big difference. So, when thinking about your favorite stage clears, there's none you can think of for stage 2. That's crazy. All right, if we're talking all time, definitely Flip on stage 2 on A&W 14. If we're talking about just Sasuke, Keitaro's clear, as much as I clowned on him forever, it's a good one. I'm going to say Levi in 20. As much as I can't stand Sasuke 20, Levi does hard carry that tournament. I'm going to also say Nakashima's last year was a very good one. Nakashima becoming the youngest stage 3 competitor is a pretty big one. Jesse Graff in 34 on stage 2. What else? What else? What else? I don't know. Those are kind of the major ones for me. Because besides that, a lot of the famous stage 2 moments are failures and time ups and scandals, like Yamato with the gloves. So, you look like Max Holloway. I'm dead. I'm dead. You know, when he's not busted up and bruised, he's not a bad looking dude, so I'll take that. Thank you. But no, I'm definitely not. I definitely am not Max Holloway. I can't fight like that dude. That dude's an animal. That dude is built different. That man, I would hate to be against Max Holloway in the octagon or in the alley of a street or anything like that. Workout number 5 of 6. Hammer curls. Yeah, Nagano was just Nagano just beasting stage 2 is hilarious. That's the thing, like, every champion, I think, makes a specific stage look easier than others. I think Nagano made stage 2 look really easy. He obviously did well on stage 3. He never made it look effortless, I think. Um, except for like 17 when he won. But I think Yuji, in times where he's on stage 3, he would make it look effortless. Yusuke, obviously, because Yusuke's Yusuke for stage 3. Akiyama would make stage 3 look easy. He really did. Like, he was a very strong dude. He just never got there a lot. You know, stage 2 was a block for him in early Sasuke, and then stage 1 after his Kanzen, like, but when he did make it to stage 3, he had some good runs. So, why are Hawaiian people always trying to fight, bro? uh you sound like you're talking about Naruto. Yeah, we get that a lot on Twitter when Sasuke season comes around and it's, you know, Sasuke Ninja Warrior. People put the hashtag Sasuke anyways, so then Naruto starts trending because everyone thinks we're talking about Naruto, and both of the fandoms get confused, like, what are you doing here? And then the Naruto fans realize we're talking about Ninja Warrior, they back off. It happens every December with a tournament coming up. Hammer curls, hammer curls. 10, 10. Okay. Dang. Coming at y'all next time. It just depends on which part of town you're going to, because there are certain parts of the island where you'll walk out, and then other times, you know, you might think you have someone one on one, and you're just going to get jumped by a whole group of people. Just depends on the place you're going to. Especially if you're not from here, people will jump in and back up the locals a lot. I'm not even kidding. The Samoans would turn on you. The Samoans would 100% turn on you in favor of the Hawaiians. 100%. Not only that, but if you've met Hawaiians, there's some big Hawaiians. Like, if you need someone to rival Samoans, you want to get Tongans or Hawaiians. A lot of my friends here ended up in the NFL. Not a lot, but a good amount, more than I ever thought I would know. My cross country coach's husband was in the NFL for a while. He was an Eagle. And then, was he an Eagle? I think that was his team. I think it was the Eagles. And then the guy I went to church with and went to school with, he plays for the Steelers right now. And then his brother also played for the Steelers and the Eagles. I forget where I think he retired now. We had a Patriot come in to talk to our school because he grew up on the island. I don't know him personally like that, but still funny. And he came in like wearing 2 of his Super Bowl rings because he was with like the Brady era Patriots. That was fun. That was actually kind of cool, being like, oh snap, like you actually won multiple Super Bowls. Like, that's really cool. Nine. Jeez. Favorite Sasuke themes? Nagano's theme, and I don't care about the rest. Honestly, that's my honest take. Nagano's theme is the best theme of all the competitors. I like the stage 1 clear theme. I like the final stage theme. But besides that, it's just in terms of specific competitors, Nagano's theme, and that's it. Not in Vegas. All the Hawaiians moved down here because they too broke for Hawaii. Valid, bro. Vegas is called the ninth island for a reason, man. A lot of people go to Vegas. A lot of my classmates went to UNLV just to like get away and like be somewhere that was still local, you know, with Hawaiian influence. So they didn't always get homesick. But yeah, Vegas. The nickname here is the ninth island for a reason, man. For good reason. Is Caillou getting Nagano's theme? I kind of hope he doesn't. I must be a baller then. No, I just got lucky. I definitely got lucky. I wish I was a baller, bro. Like, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna go into that. But no, I just got really lucky and blessed. I hope Caillou doesn't get his father's theme. I hope we like. Yes, it'd be cool if they pass that down to the next generation or whatever. But at the same time, like I think it's way better if we just start being like he is his own person, you know? Did you know bombs have their own names? Bro, what is happening in this chat? Nagano, Shingo, Yusuke, Yamada, and Kawaguchi for your top 5 themes. Yusuke's is just Bug's Life. Okay, oh, I mean, it's not a bad song, but still. I did not know bombs have their own names, though. That's it. You learn something new every day, and today I learned that bombs have their own names. Ten. Gosh. Yusuke stage 3 theme is tough. The stage 3 music is significantly better than stage 1. Always. It's just so much more intense. You know, the stakes are higher, so the music matches that much better. Stage 1 is always like, hey, look who it is. So good to see you again. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just definitely prefer stage 3's music over stage 1's. Gosh. My arms be getting sore. A Jasm. Why do you know so much about bombs? I think that's the question I want to ask of any. Yeah, why do you know so much about bombs? This is our last set before we go to our final workout. This final workout is going to be tough. We're going to try our best. We're going to add weight to our final workout. Last time we didn't add weight, so we're going to add weight this time and see how we do. But first, one last set of stuff, of hammer curls. Oh, what is this? Is this part of the bench? Dog, what? Oh, it's this. If you didn't yet, check out crossover symmetry for your shoulders. You're so right. I need to remember to check that out. I need to Google that after this. Crossover symmetry. My shoulder is genuinely getting better. I'm feeling significant progress, but we're definitely not at 100%. I'd say we're at a solid 85%. We'll see how that changes when we get back to ninja with extreme movement. So crossover symmetry might be the play to help me stay healthy when I get back into that. 8, 8, 9, 9. Last one. 10, 10. Jeez. My gosh. That's hammer curls done. They build shoulders, the muscles around it to prevent injury. Just cheap bands with handles. I do have bands with handles already. I have multiple types of resistance bands. I got the ones that are just you can wrap your hands around them and stuff, like physical therapy type. I got resistance bands with the handles, so that way I can you know simulate weight-based exercises and just work on the mobility and the tension and all that. I actually don't have a resistance band that you use for like assisted pull-ups and stuff like that, but I don't really need those. Not for pull-ups, at least. Maybe I could do that to like do muscle ups. I can do in a row 3 muscle ups, but I'm sure if I had a band, I could definitely get to more. Work my way up to 10. I feel like 10 muscle ups is a very solid goal to have. Crossover symmetry. I'll have to look into that. What's up, Hamon? B2 book. Time to still the bomb. That's crazy. Lucas said something. He said trials. I didn't see anything that would warrant. What's the context with trials, Lucas? I know we're probably talking about the Sasuke trials, but I didn't see a previous message. I just saw trials autocorrector with the asterisk on it or whatever. Okay, we're going to do Frenchies, a pull-up based workout where you hang on the bar. You go with your chin over the bar for 5 seconds. You go with your arms at 90 degrees for 5 seconds, and you dead hang for 5 seconds, and you repeat the process until failure. When I was doing 3 sets of my workouts, I did 4 rounds of these at the end with 10 pounds, which is what we have here attached to the belt. With 10 extra pounds, we did 4 rounds. I then did 4 rounds without weight last week, but that was because I added a 4th set to all of my workouts. So 4 sets, I did weightless. Now 4 sets we did today. We're going to put weight on it, see how this works out. You are going to see me shake. I am 100% going to shake. Am I planning to react to them on YouTube? I will probably do some type of assessment, but if I were to like react, I would need a second monitor. My second monitor is not currently with me yet. It's still in a shipping container coming here. And also, I just don't want to get copyrighted. I would hate for TBS to be breathing down my neck. I've been putting in a lot of work to get to 1,000 subscribers and establish myself kind of as like a up and coming streamer, and to get just completely copyright struck into oblivion by TBS would really suck. So yeah, tough break, tough one. But with that said, I will probably do a stream talking about it next week. There's a lot of things that I can make a stream about next week, because Koshin's happening, trials are happening, Germany's happening. Do some drama streams, start beef. I'll script it like WWE, but for Ninja Warrior. Yeah, TBS, they don't really care if you're within copyright rules or not. Like, you could be following the restrictions that they've actually set, and they don't care. If they see more than 3 frames of their footage, and it's not like just a screenshot or something, they're going to sue you, Not literally sue, but they will come for you. That's what happened to TSN. That's what happened to Billy. Will I do legs tomorrow? No, I am going to do, I'm actually not going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to do a separate workout that I typically do on my own. It's like my cardio. I do core. I do some shoulder exercises. So I'll have to look into crossover symmetry. I think that would be my day to do it. And then I swim for cardio. And I'm just going to do that myself. I don't really like having my shirt off on camera. It's not something I feel totally comfortable with. And not even because of like, oh, you just never want yourself shirtless on the internet. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not super duper secure in how I look with my shirt off. So, you know, we roll. All right, I don't have a stopwatch on me. So I'm just going to be counting out loud, and hopefully I'm close enough to 5 seconds in each position. Shake out the arms. Shake out the arms. High. Take one last look at the chat before I go up. Oh yeah, Nintendo's super strict with their copyright. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't, bruh. We keep getting stuck at 4. 4 rounds. We keep getting stuck there. Guys, that's no joke. That is no joke. Tough ender. But you know what? The fact that I can keep hitting 4, like, changing to, like, again, I did 3 sets of 10. Well, I've always done sets of 6 for weighted pull-ups at the beginning of the day. I did 3 sets for the first 2 weeks. And I still did 4 rounds of Frenchies with weight. Last week I did 4 sets of everything. No weight, did 4 rounds. So this week to do 4 rounds of everything, 4 sets of everything, and then 4 rounds of Frenchies before falling with the extra 10 pounds. That's great. That's great. Depending on how my workout's modified. Wow, I'm tired, I guess. Depending on how my workouts are modified next week, I'm not sure if I'll keep the weight on or not. Maybe I put more weight on. Because clearly I can handle the 10. It's just tough because it's the end of the workout. But it really does depend on what is expected of me coming into the second half of the program. We're not going to do legs this week. My legs are strong. And I don't mean that as an excuse to skip leg day. It's just, I'd rather just save that day and do ninja instead. And maybe save my legs for a jumping spider or a warped wall or a mega wall. You never know. I don't know what they have. But I'll be back on Wednesday, same time, for push day, where we're going to do some benching and everything. We're going to really shred the upper body as much as possible. And then we're going to take 2 days off. And then on Saturday, if I can stream the ninja thing, I'm going to. If not, I'll record some highlights, make some YouTube shorts, and maybe a compilation video for the channel. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday for the next one.